The same ones we always
Check.
Same ones we always do.
Check.
All right. We got a list. I apologize for our tardiness on our starting our preview. I don't know if you all have met my good buddy Kev, but he's always having to take a pit stop or hit the gas station, and he had a long drive from Pomona earlier, so we've been waiting on his trailer to get here, and all of our goats have arrived, and my good buddy Caden Church and Garrett Maloney are going to be here to join us. We'd like to thank everybody who's watching online and going to view our online preview of the Pinnacle, our inaugural sale here in Ottawa, Kansas. We've got a really good group of goats here, an awesome group of consigners, and we're really excited to show them to you this morning.
Still trying to orient myself. I don't know if this is east, west, north, south, just rolled in, but glad to be here at Brunkers today to preview the Pinnacle. Excited about the stock that we're going to see today. Heard lots of hype on them from Garrett and Trent and the set they're going to offer, and really pumped up to be here. Let those guys kind of get us kicked off here. Looks like we've got a nice nanny to kick us off here today for the Pinnacle preview, but glad to be here to join these guys today.
Here to start off with is Reddifer Livestock, lot 41, tag 2611. She is a platinum redleg. Her mother would have raised the champion Division I goat at Kansas City that Church got to feed there for the Collard family, as well as the third overall at CYAE in 2023. I believe this one is high on Zane's list and Jack's list. She's sporty looking, looks like a big-time shoto there down the road.
Yeah, the weather that we fed out of this one's mom this last year got better and better every day. I really enjoyed feeding that one. This one looks like she's built for the long haul, just like that weather was. Neck set's perfect, feet and legs all point north, and in terms of her angles, everything reads right. Still from a 3/4 like you guys are seeing online right now, her rib cage is right and her pin set's big. Looks like she could feed to a heavyweight and be a very, very good show doe for a long, long time.
Yep, really excited to have Zane here. He's one of our right-hand mans at the farm, and he brought us a really good one here. Kind of has the platinum look. I love this one's length of spine and how level she is and the way she ties her neck out of her shoulder. I think if you're looking for a show doe or one that'll go home and generate, I think her mom's kind of proven herself the last 2 years. Thanks, Zane, for bringing one, and Jack. We really appreciate you guys.
Next up, we've got Stephenson Show Goats, lot 42, tag 6131. Platinum wish in one hand. This one is gnarly looking. I know Riley was proud to bring this one down and showcase to everybody. I'll let the guys get after talking her.
Another platinum doe kid here, and we've been extremely high on those there at KM Sires, and that buck has done a really good job. And as you can see, the last two does that have crossed the block, he stamps them with a look. They are dense. Their neck and shoulder configuration is correct, and they have a awesome look from the side. Riley brings us a really good one here that touches incredible. I think whether you're wanting to slick one or show one in the breeding doe shows, this one can go both ways. He's been really excited about her. I've seen a lot of videos of this one over the last couple months, and I was really excited when he dropped this one off there at the house the other day for us to get her ready. Really good start for the offering from Stephenson Show Goats.
Another one from Stephenson, lot 43, tag 6004. Another platinum, and then George Rip on the bottom side here.
Another one that platinum stamped in terms of foot size, feature, forearm, everything in terms of that one's lower skeleton is absolutely burly. That platinum has done a real nice job in terms of stamping them in that regard. Yet and still, there's still a real American steel running down this one's back from front to rear. I like how stout she is, yet still skinny necked. If you're wanting one that's going to be tough in terms of putting one knee in one and bracing one up through the summer, or taking one home and knowing you're going to have the backing from some real stout genetic horsepower there to be a donor, this is one that needs to be on the short list. She's got some out there pieces in terms of stoutness and foot size.
Yeah, if you study this one, she's shucked a little bit of her leg here, as everybody can see, but her feet are ginormous, and you can still see that. I would love to see how big her legs were back before the mites hit her. Really good one from Stephenson. We appreciate you coming down, Riley.
I'm trying my best, okay? I just did it. Lot 44 next, black livestock, tag 6010, Kill the Noise, Anchor Tat Sparkles. Them Kill the Noises have fed really, really nice, and I know that Luke's pretty high on this bottom side of this one's pedigree, Anchor Tat, and then his foundation female Sparkles.
Trent can probably tell you a little bit more about Sparkles, but those things, I know her, that doe herself is really impressive in person, and there's been some of those that have fed really nice, and this one looks like he's got that good feeding look, good spine, a really good rib cage, pin set's really big, maybe not the furriest in his hair down low right now, but his foot size still leads right, proportions good. I think this is a good bulletproof kind of a feeding goat here that's going to be hard to mess up in terms of management and feeding one.
Yeah, another noise here, or I guess our first noise here, and he has that look and muscle texture and density. I think this one can go about anywhere. He doesn't look like he's going to get big, whether you're wanting to feed one early or feed one late into the fall. I think this is a really good wether that touches awesome, is just kind of bulletproof in his build and look. I really like this one here from the Black Crew.
Side note for Behind the Brands, this is kind of the goat that Noise is done for a variety of firms for a lot of people across the country. So if you notice that they are selling Noise tomorrow, this one is the kind that he's stamped year in, year out for a lot of different people across the country.
That's good, yeah. Lot 45, another one from Luke and the crew, tag 6011. This one's a Believe in Me. I believe this one's mama is a flush mate to the last one's mom, so another Anchor Tat Sparkles here on the bottom side.
The front 1/3 of this one's skeleton absolutely intrigues me. I mean, especially from right here where I'm sitting, he is bronze at the base of his chest floor. He is short-bladed, and his neck ties extremely high to the top side of his shoulder there. From there back, his pin set reads and correlates just as wide as his chest width, and everything balances in proportions. Looks like he's going to be a heavier weight kind of a goat that you can feed to be a contender in that regard earlier in the summer, but one that's got real width, genuine shape, and a real nice look up front.
Yeah, I love this one's look and elevation and structural configuration and how he's put together. That one gives you an awesome look from the side. He's extremely balanced, and he is flexible whenever he's in motion. When Luke dropped these off late last night to hold over at the house, I honestly thought this might be my favorite one. Two goats that are a little bit different. This one's a little bit more up and out, going to be a bigger guy, but one that I love the way this one looks from the side and the way he pets. A really good pair from Luke Black.
I know, his shirt's gnarly. Next up would be Lot 13. This is our consignment, Maloney Livestock, tag 6006. This is a Believe in Me KL 3037 Cinderella Man red leg on the bottom side. This one's mama would have came out of the combined forces. She's done an awesome job for us here so far.
Hey Zane, let freedom ring, baby. I like it. A nice goat here from Maloney, the one that hits me real hard in a lot of different areas. Big-footed, broad-chested, big-forearmed. I like how long and skinny his neck is, and especially the way it ties up front. His upper rib is really, really awesome. This one's mom was really impressive when she was a baby. She had that same look up front and a really athletic skeleton, and this one reads the same. This one's got a big-time future, high ceiling, and all the indicators read right to be very competitive down the road.
I think Garrett had this one lined up to go to Midwest Fever, and his mom kind of kicked him off there a couple weeks before, and he just wasn't blew me enough to go, and I was really excited whenever that happened because I said, hey, we're going to save this one for the Pinnacle. This was my favorite one of Garrett's set this time. I love the way he's bred. That one's front end structure and how tall-shouldered and good-looking he is, yet he continues to get wider progressively back into his loin and into his hip, and he has the big fur down low. I think this is a really good goat. We've had a lot of good luck feeding these goats out of Garrett's program and Aaron's. Let me rephrase this. Aaron's program, but one that I think reads with a lot of future. One I think will have a lot of success here on down the road. Once again, thanks, buddy, for bringing this one.
Next up is Falkenstein. The Falkenstein crew, Lot 1, tag 26057. This is a Cornerstone Keep the Faith.
Gonna be honest, this is the first Cornerstone that I have seen live and in person, and this first impression I'm getting right now is awfully impressive. One that from looking at that buck, I'd imagined stuff that was going to look like this when they hit the auction block. Giant feet, giant legs, long skinny neck, and studying him from the profile, his elevation, shortness of blade, shallowness of chest floor, and the way he wedges from front to rear hits me extremely hard. White-headed to go on top of that. First impression and look about him is going to be real good. I like this one here from Falkenstein.
Yeah, Luke's been really high on this guy, and he was out of his later December-born set, so he wasn't quite ready to make the first trek to Indiana. But this has been one of mine and his favorites the entire time. Talk about short back, giant legs, packed full of muscle, yet he's still shallow and tidy about his chest and his neck, and his underline and his top line are very parallel and match. I really like that about this one. I don't think he's going to be big. Looks like a moderate, maybe a Division I, Division II come Midwest State Fair season or early fall, but one I think looks awesome whenever you get him propped up here on the side. Really excited about this one's future.
You know, maybe not going to be the biggest, but as shallow as that one is, I don't think you can ever feed him too hard. He's never going to get too plain. Fun feeding one, especially from my perspective. He kind of fits what I like to feed, like this one here from Falkenstein.
Keeping rolling here with the Falkenstein crew. Lot 2, 26001, Believe in Me, tag Don't Stop. I know from our travels down there to the Falkenstein firm, this has been one of Luke's favorite ones all year long. Was a little skinny to go to the fever. Looks ready to rumble here today.
Yeah, so this is a Believe in Me tag. This one's mother has done an exceptional job there at their house. There's been multiple of my favorites out of the last couple years that have been out of her. This was kind of one of my favorites loose at Luke's house, but I didn't think he had enough bloom early. He needed to kind of sit and wait. I really like the way this one looks now. His lines, the way his top line balance is, he's level, he's flexible. This one's awesome in motion, yet he touches like they need to whenever you get up on top of him. One that I'm very high on is on my short list for tonight.
Lot 3 from Luke and crew, 26043, I'm the Way tag team. This one was honestly one of my favorite ones on our first trip down there. Gnarly looking from the side, tall-shouldered. I mean, the paint job puts the extra exclamation point on this one.
Like a cold shower in the morning, this one will wake you up. Here, I like this paint here. He hits me hard. Wild looking, jet level spine, good in terms of his hind leg posture, yet still it's a lot of back shape and a lot of just dimension from front to rear. Plus he's a paint on top of it. I like this one a lot.
Lot 4 here from Falkenstein Show Goats, 26036, Timeless, Keep the Faith. Looks like this one's stamped with that typical timeless look from the side, and looks like he gets wider from front to rear. Very nice show goat here.
Yeah, spot necked one here. Not really want to give in and drive up into him right now, but one that's got a lot of good pieces. From directly on top of this goat, he is absolutely impressive. Really big out of the backside of his blade, wide across the span of his loin edge there, and big in his pin set. Skinny necked on top of it. Probably one of the more immature ones in terms of just body type and condition that the Falkenstein crew brought us today, but one that's bred right and certainly has the handle and topside dimension to feed and be very competitive.
Yeah, this one wasn't on Luke's list to bring, and whenever we went down there last week, I was like, hey, we need to bring this one. I love how he's bred. Timeless, keep the faith. Those are two of my favorite bucks, and they've worked exceptional at Luke's house. This one handles with real steel, yet props up with a really good look and a balance. He is creasy muscled and has the fur down low. A really, really good one here from the Falkenstein crew.
Yep. Here with the next up would be the boys from Orlando, Pfeiffer Farms, lot 33, 6202, Platinum HT, or Hidden Treasure. This one's sweet looking. I don't know if Trent called after he made this stop, and he said Kelsey's got a Platinum that looks like he can win a big fair. And this is my first time seeing him, and I would probably have to agree here with Trent.
Just like to start, we're very excited and thankful to have the Pfeiffer crew here with us. And Kelsey was actually one of the first guys to reach out when we posted we were having it. He was like, hey, if I can come, I want to come. And I was like, you bet, buddy. Kelsey's one of my really good buddies, and I was excited to have them be able to come join us. And whenever Zane and I got to Kelsey's house last week, 202 was the first one that caught my eye, and he is special. I really like this goat. He's bred very neat, Platinum HT. I think there's a lot of predictability in that pedigree. But whenever you get enough about that, but whenever you get to studying this one, he has the big feet and fur. I think his shoulder angle and the way his neck ties up his shoulders correct. He has a creasy shape up high. His loin is absolutely incredible, and just has a sports car look from the side. Even whenever she steps out of that one there, when I was sitting here watching before he got up here on the block, this one is very, very good. He is very square. I think you can kind of study this one from whatever angle you want, and it's going to be good. I think a really good one here from the Pfeiffer crew. You got anything else you want to say?
Indicators are there. That's what me and Kev were just talking about. From this angle right here, that forearm and front foot is intimidating in how big it is, and yet still long, skinny necked. And you'd expect out of this pedigree the build he's gotten, and he's certainly got it. Jet level in his hip, awesome in his hind leg set, big in his pin set. I like this one a lot. I think you roll the coals to him. I think you feed him hard, and you never have to worry because this one just gets better every single day of his life.
Another one here from the Pfeiffer crew, lot 34, 6199, missed call, bow down. Sporty looking one here.
Missed calls have certainly been gathering in some dollar signs for the Pfeiffer crew this year, and honestly, this may be one of my favorable ones that they've sold yet this season. Wild looking when you study him here from the side. He's tall-shouldered. He's really long and skinny-necked and busted open in the lower portion of his skeleton. Maybe not as big and bloomy as the one they just had up here before, but still really good-heighted, creasy-shaped, and expressive, and his hiney shape there from behind. I like this one a lot. Really, really wild and freaky in his kind.
Lot 35 from the Pfeiffer crew. Flushmate to the last one. 6227, another missed call, bow down. I believe Kelsey just said a flushmate to the last one. Looks pretty cookie cutter there.
This was one of my favorites whenever I was at the house. He had an insane amount of hair. I told Kels, I said, I'm excited to see what this one shears off like, and he looks like he sheared off what I kind of thought. I love this one's pin set and how big his hip is and how that transitions into his lower leg, and he's got giant feet and a big forearm. This one props up whenever he gives into Cody. I really like this one's look from the side. Chock full of muscle. Yeah, has a really good look. I think this one props up. Takes a picture like he's going to win a big backdrop.
Lot 36 continuing with Pfeiffer Farms, 62-52, another missed call bow down.
We may have to call record keeping there at Pfeiffer Farms to confirm the flushmate discussion up here. But whether they are or not, the three extremely high quality ones that they brought across here, another missed call right here that Cody's showing up on the block that offers an extremely nice look there from the side. Balanced and in proportions extremely well. Long neck, tall shouldered, just like the contemporaries that we just talked before him. Yet still, this one's added foot size and bone. It kind of captivates his look there from the side. Hands on, he's round in his upper rib, and he's got a lot of turn and shape to his lower stifle there. A good missed call here that Pfeiffer brought us, and amongst a trio of them that I think are all extremely, extremely nice.
Yeah, I think comparative to the other two, maybe one that's going to be a little bigger in his type and kind. Looks more like a heavyweight to me, but one that feeds the same as those two. I think those things are awesome in their shape up high and their cage and just the way their chest sets into their shoulder. I think a really good trio of them from the Pfeiffer crew. John, what is this one? We don't have a sheet for it. Platinum.
The first doe kid lot here from Kelsey and them is a Platinum Perfect Storm. Tag 6193, hairy, punchy. Cage looks big. Neat looking Shoto here.
Like we've talked on a few of those platinums that have come across today, here's another one that buck is just ultimately stamped with that platinum look and foot size and feature. Yet with that, her back shape and just upper pin set reads extremely well to go along with it. Her skeleton, to me, reads extremely well. Loose. This one's high-headed, arrogant in terms of her neck set. Everything points and turns the right direction. Love her hind leg posture. She motors and is extremely athletic in her kind.
Yeah, extremely punchy one here from the Pfeiffer crew. It kind of has the platinum look, as Church just said. Awesome top line balance. I think this one has the big fur. I think this looks like one you could slick or show as a breeding doe, but a really good one. Kelsey had two doe kids. He asked which one he wanted us to bring, and they both look exceptionally well, so we decided just to have him bring both of them. But I'm really excited to have the set of doe kids that Kelsey brought us.
Lot 38 from the Pfeiffer crew, 6195, Believe in Me shag.
This one kind of got the mites and ate some of his leg hair out, but I love this one's look from the side. He propped up. It's kind of one of my favorite ones whenever they were running around the pins before we went to catch him, whenever we went by the Pfeiffer crew's house last week. One that I think just has the kind of Believe in Me look. He's shallow. He is rank in his cage. He handles extremely well. I think whenever you get this one back and get him in your show barn and get his hair back in cycle and his hair back down low, I think this one will look insanely well. This was kind of one of my favorite ones I saw on our travels. Maybe not as, furry and sale ready as a couple of them other ones, but I love the way this one reads and just the way he handles. I think there's a lot of feedability in this one.
That's what we just said last one.
We don't have the doe kids then, so what Believe in Me shag.
Flushmate.
This a flushmate or no? Yeah, flushmate to the last one.
Lot 40.
No, it's 37.
No, it's all right. We're a little messed up here on the block, missing a little description from Kelsey here, but Pfeiffer Farms' next doe kit offering is a Believe in Me shag, 6193. Be a mate to the last weather that showed. This one looked like she held onto her hair. This one looks stamped Believe in Me.
Yeah, no doubt. Stamp Believe in Me in terms of her neck set, look, and extension. Her stepping behind this one, it may be my favorite part of her. Her upper hip and pin set is absolutely ginormous with an incredible posture to her rear leg there. Not gonna kind of not cooperating and kind of fighting back on Cody there just a little bit. But shallow ribbed, round in her upper rib and big in her upper pin set with an awesome rear leg. This one reads with a lot of indicators that I like to feed in terms of show nannies.
Lot 37 from the Piper crew, tag 6194 Platinum Perfect Storm.
Maybe one of the greener ones that Kelsey brought us, but this one's look and elevation and handle is off the charts. He is groovy. He is ginormous in his loin and the way it attaches into his hip. One I like a bunch. He has the big feet, truly big feet, and one that just props up and looks like he is going to feed very well. Another one of the Platinums. Those things have sold and been very well received from the public, and we have a few of them that we have bought that we're going to place at home, and they have done nothing but get better. Really excited about the future of that buck and the babies out of him. A really good one here from the Piper crew that is ultra shallow, handles absolutely incredible, and just has an awesome look from the side.
Next up is Mock Livestock. This is lot number 10, tag 26007, Believe in Me Lightning.
On the way up here, I don't think we listened to one song, Jet Fletcher and I, over the radio, but yet we had a lot of phone calls with a lot of good buddies all across the nation talking stock and come up here. And one thing that came up multiple times in different conversations was how good Kevin sat was that he was bringing here to the Pinnacle. And I know he wasn't real high on them. He thought they were too skinny, and yet Trent kind of conned him into bringing them and bringing a good set. This black-headed one that we're going to talk about, going through them in person, might be one of my favorites that'll be offered tonight. I think this one checks a lot of boxes in terms of exotic and being exotic in his look. He's really big in his chest and really round in his rib, yet still as cool as he is looking up front. He's an absolute freight train from behind. I mean, that is a big pin set, a really, really big cheek, and an awesome rear leg. A black-headed one here that looks like he is big league in his kind and yet has the real steel to back it up.
Whenever Kevin snaps Garrett and I, it's always skinny and common, and I think he was, woe was me, and I think he was looking in the wrong dictionary whenever he was trying to figure out what those two words mean. But whenever we looked at these last night there on the porch at the Cam Sires barn, this one was the first one to hit my list, and he never left the forefront of it. This is by far my favorite one of Kevin's offering. I love this one's look. He handles absolutely incredible, and he has an awesome hip and hind leg. These lightning does that these are out of have worked insanely well for the Mock Livestock crew. I'm really excited to see where this one goes. I hope one of my families get to feed him.
Next up for the Mock Livestock crew is lot number 5, tag 2602. This is a platinum on ML 24009, which would be Waymaker's sister. I believe Kev sold a flush mate to this one at the Midwest Fever. This one is gnarly looking from the side.
You can look at this one here and study him from where we're sitting, and the first word that comes to my mind whenever I look at this red-tailed wether is futuristic. Almost. He's futuristic to me. I mean, that one is flat-backed, big forearmed, big front-footed, and jet level in terms of his hip, and awesome in his rear leg, yet still. Look at the crease coming right out of the back. That one's blade. You can see it from right here where we're seeing. Big in his rack, skinny-necked. Maybe not the bloomiest, and Kevin's probably right. This one is a little skinny, but study that one in his basic kind and fundamentals and realize that one's extremely high-quality livestock that the pieces line up. And if the stars align, this one looks pretty big time to me.
This has been Kevo's favorite since early on. He was just a little too skinny to hit the Midwest Fever set. When we looked at him last night, I just didn't know if he was quite as bloomy as the other one that we're going to start with tonight. But I might have to eat my words long term. This one looks insanely well. That is a big ring look from the side. Really good one from Blaze here.
Keeping rolling along here. Lot number 6 from the mock crew, 2603. Flush mate to the last one, so Platinum Waymaker's sister.
We can put sponsored by church here. This was my pick in the hair. I liked this one a lot, running around. Specifically, when that one ran right at me in the pin loose, this one's skull and width between his eyes and jawline is absolutely insanely stout. And from there back, it doesn't weaken at all. That one is big down the plane of his back and really big in his hip, kind of sucking back and not looking good. Maybe be good for me tonight, but one that I think's got all the indicators there and looks extremely high quality, especially from a shape and feature standpoint.
Yeah, comparative to his brother that we just had across the block, this one's a little bit more robust in his chest and his cage, and the way he comes out of the muscle comes out of the backside of his shoulder and into his loin. This one has a big hip, yet still has a really good look from the side. Whenever he finally kind of shows off into Blaze here, I think this one feeds very easily. I think you can feed him into the middles, or I think this thing feeds very well into the fall.
Lot 9, mock livestock, 26002. Curtain call, ML 24055, which would be another one, Lightning I'm the Way sister.
Yeah, big and chunky here. This one's stout from nose to tail. He's opened up and really, really wide. Little different speed than Kev's brought across the block on the previous 3 lots that we just talked about. Big outline, awesome in his upper rib and shape, and really bubbly from behind. Looks like a heavyweight contender here that can fit a variety of judges that we have judging this summer and fall.
I really liked this one last night whenever we got him out there out of Kevin's trailer and looked at him. I love this one's shoulder and the way his neck comes out of it. I love the flexibility to his spine and just the balance and symmetry he paints from the side. That's a long, level hip and still has a big hind leg. I think whenever this one gets big, mature, and hits the heavyweights, I think this one will be deadly at a state fair. Next up from the mock livestock crew, we have lot 8, tag 2625. He is a KM curtain call on an A&M 25. I guess his tag, his mother would be A&M 2054, and I'm the Way Harlem Holster 81. This one is burly. This one is dense. I think this thing feeds very easily. I think he's very easy to manage. This one is cracked open, has a ginormous back leg. I'm not sure how this one got worked so far down, Kev. I'm not sure what we were thinking there last night, but I do like the way this one looks up here on the block right now.
It's because Fletch, Jet, and I weren't here to help make the sale order. That's why. We apologize. No worries. Still a high-quality one here. That reads really, really rank. He has stout forehead, really big in his back shape and upper pin set there. Study that one at the ground, and he is big-footed and really rank. To me, just stout everywhere, and yet still study that one in the base of his forerib, the base of his chest, and how his underline sits in him. And as stout as that one is, he still reads plenty good looking here from the side.
Next up, lot 7 from the mock livestock crew, tag 2610. He's a KM Platinum on Waymaker's sister. It'll be a flush mate to a couple of the other ones we've had up here just recently, the red-tailed one, and after that. Another one, if you study this set, they're extremely uniform, and the way their muscle texture is and the shape they have out of their shoulder is absolutely incredible. Kevin's very proud of just how uniform and just similar they are in terms of shape, their outline, and just look from the side. I really like this one, maybe a little bigger, stretchier version of the other two, but one that I think feeds with a lot of predictability.
Lot 12 here from the Mock Livestock crew, tag 26017, another platinum, but Believe in Me, and then Pfeiffer's Lady Man on the bottom side. As Church, when this one got up here, said, whoa, big feet.
Yeah, Thunder Sticks here. Big feet, big forearm, lots of hair with a wild look up front. Yeah, go figure, a platinum there. I got kind of curious. I zoned out whenever Garrett read the pedigree there, but platinum look, platinum fur with a wild look up front. I like this one's lower line too.
This has always been one of my favorite ones at Kev's. I kind of wanted him to take him to Midwest Fever, and he didn't think he was quite ready. But I love this one's look from the side, his feature, and just whenever you get this one propped up or turned loose, he is so good in motion, and just the way his angles all work. I think this is a big-time state fair goat. Putting Kevin to work.
Well, that was short-lived work there from KM.
Last lot here from Kevin, lot number 11, 26009, another curtain call, Lightning, I'm the Way Sister.
Bubbly and shapely and a long skinny neck is what I see right here. Round in his full rib shape and really round in his rump shape there. Looks like he's going to be easy to feed and manage for somebody. He's got the long neck with a wild look and lots of muscle here. A good one here to round us out from Mock Livestock.
As we get into the Kimker Livestock offering, we're going to start off talking about the Lot 32, which would be the choice of the leased does, and then you would own 50% of the revenue that doe makes. I don't know if you haven't looked through the offering of the leased does online, I would really you probably should go do that. They are awesome. They're the 8 best doe kids I think that we made at Kimker Livestock this time. And if you've kept up with anything, looks like your ROI on that investment could be pretty quick and pretty high. Trent and Emma are off in a pretty special lot here that I think that you should probably get behind, because this opportunity does not happen very often.
No doubt. Talking about doe kids and kind of show does leading into the year, to me, and watching a lot of sales and doing things, good show does are at a premium, and especially ones that you can be backed by a firm that are willing to take them back and doing it the way they would want to do it and maximize potential and profit, I think is an outstanding opportunity for anybody that wants to have a high-quality show doe. So excited about this offering that Kimker is going to have on this doe, and excited to see where she ends up.
The does are all listed on showgoats.com. The sale is March 10th. You can go through. We do not have to choose on the block, but we will need to make that decision in the next day or two on whichever one you guys take. The lease doe deal, it went really well for us last year. We leased 4 of them. All 4 of those won a banner either at a state fair or a national show, and we're really excited about that opportunity. Really looking forward to whoever we get to partner with and help along the way.
So firing off here with the Kimker offering, lot number 14, tag 6050. This is a blue team moose on KL 4101. I'm the Way King on the bottom side there. I believe we are offering. He is intact. Weather only or. So he is intact. You can double the hammer price for full possession, and then 50% semen there with Kimker Livestock. Talk about this one a little bit. In the jug, this was probably me and Trent's favorite one when he came out. He's gotten better every single day. And then talk about the buck him being a buck on the bottom side. This is in my top 3 of the donors at Trent's house, and then if you see that name down there at the bottom of a pedigree king, you better get in and get on it.
Leading up to this set of babies hitting the ground, and long before we're even talking about them now on the sale block, there was a lot of hype from Trent about the moose flush that he had, and a lot of hope, and he was hoping for stuff that I would imagine it looked like this white-headed one right here, long, skinny necked and burly through the center portion of his body, yet still with the amount of mass and just sheer dimension. This one's skeleton reads right to me in terms of his shoulder angle and hind leg posture. A nice white-headed one here that comes with an option to stay intact.
Next one from the Kemker crew, lot number 15, tag 6055. This is an Italian stallion on the blue team 557B donor, good as gold on the bottom. This is an absolutely unique pedigree. I think it's awesome. So this one's mama would have raised the Grand Doe at Kansas City in 24. In 24, and as well as the champion weather at AYE that year. Also another buck option, so double the hammer for full possession, 50% semen revenue.
I like this one a bunch. Just thought his skeletal density, the size of his forearm, but still where his shoulder laid inside his body wall, and then the shape to his underline, the sweep there, and study his top line. Runs uphill from the point of his hip all the way to the point of his shoulder, and is really, really athletic. I like this a bunch. My speed, still good looking, extra stout. Really good one here. Is that the doe I told you to buy?
Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Then now getting into the weathers here for Trent and Emma, lot number 16, tag 6036. This would be a platinum on KL 4022, or as some people know her as Mary. She would be that Grand Doe at the 2024 American Royal. Daddy issues good as gold here on the bottom.
Striking and captivating right here with the black saddle-backed one that's on the block now. One that is from the point of his shoulder and from there back handles extremely well. Busted open the upper portion of his cage and still comes back to a big pin set and a wild look there from the side. You know, some people, we could argue, and whether you like it or you hate his color. Here, I kind of like it personally. I think it catches your eye and it gravitates to you. One that I think is very intriguing and unique in his kind, and yet has some big league pieces to be a very, very big league goat on down the road.
Yeah, this one's when looked at him last night at the house, and then this morning while we were washing before we loaded to come over here. One thing about the way this thing handles is his rack fills up your hand, you know, from a width and elevation standpoint. Comes back, and his loin edge is really, really good. Thought this goat was really nice.
Next up from the Kemker crew, tag 6092. Here's another platinum on KL 4038, which be an OBX tag team on the bottom.
Yeah, stout right here. You know, maybe not the biggest one ever in the end. So if you're looking for one to be, you know, show in the first half of the show or right there in the middles and still be good enough to be highly competitive when the last decisions are made, I think this one looks like that. He's really, really bold. He's powerful from his nose to his tail. He's extra wide and still, you know, being that stout and moderate and powerful and heavy muscled. He does all of that athletically. I like where his sheath lays in him at the back part of his body. His underline reads true. His shoulder still reads smooth. And I think we have a lot of those things industry-wide right now that might be comparably stout to this one, but aren't comparably built to how he's still built well to be that powerful. So I thought this was a really, really nice goat.
Next up would be lot number 17, 6084. This is a curtain call, KL 4099. Kill the noise, keep the faith. This one's mama would be a flushmate sister to the Sparks crew, 4th overall at Louisville. This has been one of my personal favorites since the time he was born.
This one's out there, especially when you study him here from where I'm standing at a 3/4. That is very impressive to me. The way he wedges and the way he it just has the right kind of shape and natural turn to him hits me very hard. He's opened up to the base of his chest floor without being open in his elbow and without being open at the point of his shoulder, yet still transitions and wedges back extremely well back to the lower portion of his flank and body line there, and the upper part of his hip reads very, very big, yet with that right kind of wedge and sweet look when you study him from the side. His hind leg posture is extremely well, and the way he organizes that out of the top side of his hip down to his hock to the surface all hits me very, very well. Big league pieces that pushes the envelope, yet still doesn't compromise himself instead of being outside his body wall.
Yeah, I was just speaking to kind of sire groups. We've talked a lot about how stamped those platinums were. You're good, Zane. Talked about how stamped those platinums were in terms of just stoutness. But I think Curtain Call stamped his sire group equally as consistent in terms of just athleticism, body shape, shallowness, smoothness of shoulder, and elevation up front. And so I think very, very confident in the way that we're going to be able to recommend people breeding does to that buck in this upcoming breeding season.
Yeah. It looks like we should have worked a little bit more on showmanship on this one. But next up, lot 31, tag 6053. Here's another one of those platinums, and on the bottom side is the KL 4022, so that'd be the Mary, the Grand Doe at the American Royal. Doe kid here. We talked about the lease, flush mate to the saddleback weather. We talked about opportunity on the lease doe. Here's a big time opportunity to own a doe kid, all yours, out of one of the leading donors there at Kimker Livestock.
Black caped one here that obviously not showing real well, but Garrett sent a group of us a Snapchat whenever they clipped this one, and when she was relaxed and standing on the stand, getting her clip for the sale, and it was pretty captivating. That color, that neck length, and that kind of shag all reads really right. Her foot size and bones good, yet still built good. Looks like one of the show does. The kind of show doe that are getting along in today's time in terms of being built right and still having the right kind of shape and turn to her from front to rear.
Back to the weathers here. Lot number 19, tag 6038. This would be a timeless KL 3024, so Cinderella Man red leg here on the bottom.
G Money says this one's got the big muscles, and boy does he, just in terms of how stout and explosive he is right there coming out of the backside of his shoulder, and just into a big wide 13th rib, turns back into a seamless hip loin junction in his loin. He's shapely from behind, but I think as an indicator on just how ranked this thing can get one day, his forearm in this group, guys, he may not have quite as much, lower leg hair, foot hair today as some of them, but his forearm is unrivaled in terms of just how stout he is right there and how that thing reads to just continue getting more aggressive as he matures. I thought this goat looked really good at the house earlier.
Back to the doe kids here. Lot number 30, tag 6061. This would be another Curtain Call 4099, so kill the noise, keep the faith on the bottom. Flush mate to the 6084 weather. Another one, Opportunity Knox, get in here on a show doe, and also a breeding piece from the KL crew.
Show nanny. This one's got a wild look, long, skinny necked, and arrogant, and wild in her neck set and ties really high. Still body shape reads right, and a muscle shape from a hip, and upper hip and stifle perspective is good. Maybe not the biggest and furriest down low, but at them shows you can fit them up and do what you want. This one's look and upper rib shape and upper hip shape is certainly next level to be very competitive.
Back to the weathers here. Lot number 26, tag 6029. This is another one of those moose weathers with here to stay. That's what she said on the bottom side.
Yeah, honestly, kind of like the last weather I talked there 2 lots ago in terms of arm size and just how stout that thing reads there, with maybe a little more up and out look through the center part of his body. A lot of air under this one, both ways, east and west and north and south. Really square, awesome in the way he transitioned out of the point of his shoulder back through his loin. Really, really level, skinny necked. Looks like the kind that feeds and stands in the front of about wherever you want to go show him to, about whoever you want to show him to. Yeah, especially the guys we got judging that don't like him long-shouldered and steep-hipped.
The last doe kid of the offering from KL, lot number 29, tag 6041. This would be an I Am the Way, KL 3026. First base, keep the face sister. A little backstory here. This one's mama would have raised our exclusive doe last year that we sell for $40,000. Raised one of the fall-born males that we sold out there in California that was very well received. Big time donor potential here. Looks like you could slick her and go get after them.
For the cattle guys in the barn, this one kind of looks like one of them BDR donors we got sitting back there at the house. Low to the ground, really, really big ribbed and punchy ended, yet still sweet looking when you study him up front. Yeah, she makes a show doe and does all that good, but I think a lot of value comes into with this one when you set her into the donor pen.
Yeah, talking about like kind of the female side of our programs there, and between Trent and I and the guys we get to work with on a kind of a closer reference. I don't know that 3 sires, you could throw Timeless in there, but I'm the Way, First Base, and Keep the Faith, how they work maternally, the amount of dollars that those does have generated, and then the way those weathers feed. So I think from an investment standpoint, one that has a chance to go back and produce revenue and high-quality stock after you're done showing her.
Looks like a big-time moneymaker there. Lot number 20, tag 6090. This is a curtain call, Bob Allen, 3002. So Sindog Tree Shaker here on the bottom. This one's mama would have raised the 3rd overall at Nail in the reserve heavy at Denver this past year. I'm real high on this one. High ceiling here, boys.
Yeah, I think the most mad I've ever been at Trent Kimker in my entire life was that night at the symposium whenever he, I don't know, maybe say undercut me a little bit on buying this one's mom, because he kind of knew what that broke college kid had in his bank account at the time to spend that night. But one that I think is very good and on the mother's side and is raising some extremely high quality ones. This one out of curtain call hit me very hard just from a silhouette and balance standpoint. When you study him here from the side, short shouldered, shallow chested, and wedges right, yet still jet level in terms of his hip. You know, maybe not the bubbliest and the punchiest of the set that Kimker's going to take across the block here tonight, but the feedability and the ceiling in this one looks like it's very high, especially for you feeders out there that like to take them and get them mature and get them to a heavier weight and be able to feed on them and kind of feed and twist and change their appetite and diet just a little bit to get them right. This one looks like he fits that kind of scenario very, very well.
Next up, lot number 24, tag 6049. Here's another curtain call, backed by a moose rip donor there on the bottom side.
Hey, little stouter featured rig here. You know, that thing is big at the ground and just progressively gets stouter as he goes up. This is a big goat. He'll be a heavyweight for sure. And so I think when you're buying him, guy needs to know that. And if you got you a plan on feeding one, man, I like this one a lot. I like his kind. I like his build. I like his flexibility, and I just like the future kind of feedability look that he's got to him. One that's going to be one of the most extended, best built, smoothest, most athletic ones with muscle wherever you want to take him. Kristen Lee, you struggling there?
Uh,
Glad we're getting to the end of it, isn't she?
lot number 21, tag 6091. This would be a curtain call, another Bob Allen 3002. So Sin Dog Tree Shaker, mate to 6090. Another one that looks like he's got a high ceiling.
Mate to the one that I just previously talked 2 lots ago, and of that pair of them, I may like this one's just true spread and dimension, just a shot better. Is he as good in his lines? Probably not, but from a 3/4, he is opened up. He is really bubbly in terms of his kind. Upper rib's good, lower cheek is really good, yet still, just like his brother we talked, his front end skeleton is absolutely incredible. High-shouldered, shallow-chested, and long and skinny in terms of his neck, like this black-headed one here. Lots of good things and positive attributes to feed on and be very competitive on down the road.
Next up, lot number 23, tag 6087, another curtain call KL 4099. This flush was very deep, and this one looks like he's another one that's got some feedability.
Yeah, this one looked really good standing over there on the green carpet. When Church was talking the last lot, I was looking at this one thinking, man, on the 3/4 and from behind that one, for being a big, stretchy, extended one, he's wide underneath. The base of his chest and the lower part of his rib reads right. Again, man, the way curtain call stamps those things on being just perfect out of the back side of their shoulder and transitioning through their spine right. Neck's up in him, feet and legs work good. I think I like this one's feedability look to him, and once he matures and gets wolfy, I think you're going to have a really nice goat there.
Next, lot number 25, 6033 is his tag number. This would be a curtain call KL 4020, so Timeless Not Tonight on the bottom. This one's grandma would be the Not Tonight doe that would have made the Grand at Kansas, Grand at Colorado, just recently the Reserve Grand at San Antonio. This one's backed by some power in his pedigree. This one's got the big time pieces.
Trust this one's bottom side, no doubt. The goat I fed in Colorado that would have the same mother as this one. Same as this one's grandma. Those feed extremely well and get better day in, day out. Of those that I've seen, this one's rank in terms of his lower appendages. He's big forearmed, big footed, really furry, yet still packs a punch when you step right in behind him. Big and broad up high, big and stout out of his upper hip, and wide from stifle to stifle, sucking back and not wanting to really show himself off here. But like Garrett and I saw him sitting over here on the green carpet before he got up here on the orange block. That one is really out there and does some intriguing things from just a true width and muscularity standpoint, along with having the thunder sticks down low.
Thunder sticks.
Next up, lot number 27, tag 6028, another Moose 4101. So I'm the way King on the bottom. Be a mate to the white-headed one we're going to lead it off with. Another nice rig here.
Yeah, this goat's got real steel shape on the top side of his body there. When you handle his back, it's uniformed, it's broad, it's firm. He's long across the plane of his stifle. He's half ignorant in the way he tries to show, and he was that way a little bit at the house yesterday when they were washing some of these things. I said, man, is this the dumb one? Because he does not look dumb on the stand, so I don't think it's the way he's built. I just think it's the lack of showmanship practice there on the way to the show here. But, man, I think a nice goat. Another one, Trent brought us an awesome set here, but I think one of them that has a real shot to feed just in terms of his body wall, his build, his genuine muscularity, and his look. Man, I got something in my throat, boys.
Lot number 28 here, tag 6066. This would be an I'm the Way KL 4118, so Believe in Me Not Tonight. That would be the same Not Tonight doe that's on the bottom side of the wild-looking one's pedigree. This is one out of one of the deepest flushes we've had all year. Sella Flushmate brothered him at the Fever. Two of his sisters are also in the lease doe the lease doe sale. So lots of potential here.
Well, this one looks really, really nice from where we're sitting right here. Kind of a wild-looking one that's still got the big power and dimension when you step right in behind him. I like him especially here from the side. Like I said, wedgy, tall-shouldered, really, really good in terms of his angles there, yet still has that crease and shape to his lower hiney there that is captivating and eye-catching. Like this one here, maybe not an EST in any one area, but this one checks a lot of boxes in terms of his basic build, kind, and fundamentals, and yet still having muscle to be very competitive.
Last but certainly not least, lot number 18, tag 6037. If you've paid attention throughout the preview, this would be a KM Platinum on that KL 4022, so the Grand Doe at Kansas City. Trent decided to put one down at the end to keep everybody around. This one needs to be on everybody's short list.
Yeah, I think the most extreme or far-reaching one that Trent brought, he's just huge in his feature and foot and bone work. Church says he's got the big thunder sticks, great big forearm. Actually, so big they had to mow some of it off to make sure that everything looked right, and you could actually see it because his arm is huge. His cage is big. He's truly wider through the center part of his body than he is deep, which is really neat. Get in behind this one and on top of him. He is stout and powerful, still yet sound. I think one, if you're showing an EST guy, if you like feeding them that way, if you like going out to your barn every day and saying, hey, look at my show goat, sending your buddy a Snapchat of him, better have this one on your list.
I've been waiting for this one to come across the block. I was kind of beginning to worry, like, hey, did he get sick? Did he get hurt? Where's the roan at? Because I remember seeing his picture on the preview lot listing there and thought, hey, that one looks pretty special. And then we get him out here, and just like Kev said, big down low, big forearm, and yet still shallow and so typey, as you could say, in terms of his kind. Definitely pushes the envelope in some areas, and a guy like me that likes to feed him maybe and doesn't get to see him every day, one that I can certainly trust and go a variety of different homes with, and yet still know when I get back there he's still going to be big-footed, he's going to be wide, he's going to be shapely. Good feeding one here that certainly has a chance to be big league. I like this one here to round us out from Kemker.
Yeah, we just want to do something a little different there and try to keep the crowd. And it's our first year for having the sale, so we were going to run one of our best ones last. And that goat, they've taken him off the block now, but one that I'm really high on, one that I think has lots of big league pieces and big feature and fur. He was kind of being a knucklehead there on the block, but that one turned loose and there at the house and on the ground is absolutely incredible. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. The preview and hospitality tonight will start at 6 p.m. We're going to invite everybody out to the house that's here to look at the yearlings at 3:30, or as soon as we can get over there. But I just wanted to thank everybody for tuning in. The sale will go live at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. Once again, thanks everybody for viewing the set, and we will catch back up with you this evening.